Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Summit America coverage. We've got the group stages, and we have 4 more games coming your way. Up next is Liquid versus Team No Earthspirit. Now, we saw No Earthspirit a lot yesterday, but they didn't have Relic with them. Today, they have their boy Relic. Actually, do they? I should double check.
I think he's really important to their lineup. I think if he were playing DK yesterday, they would have won that game. Actually, I don't know. His middle late game experience is probably his weak point, but it's not weak. It's just weaker compared to his early game. His early game and his early fighting is really, really good. So we'll see what they can pull through with. They actually ended up beating Revenge yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did. Which game was that? Was that the really
game.
long?
That was the one we weren't casting.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait.
That was
a second.
EG Revenge.
Oh, right. I'm getting all the games confused. Yeah, I forgot the Davids took over for us and did more of the coverage. So, should be interesting. There are actually no stand-ins whatsoever, but my question actually isn't even about No Earthspirit. It's more about Team Liquid. Are they going to be able to get their things in order, get their gears together? Because if they play the way they did in that last match here in this one, I think No Earthspirit will take it.
No Earthspirit is not that bad.
They're not
Their
that bad.
record may suggest that they're 1-3 and that they're the bottom of the barrel, but they were very close to winning a lot of their games yesterday, and that was with a stand-in. I would say Knave is probably the weak link. Goody Bricks and Half Fried Egg Roll played pretty well yesterday. Half Fried Egg Roll, I think, played like Centaur in every single game, but
He did actually. He played a lot of Centaur, and Centaur's not banned here, so
screw Earthspirit.
Ooh, Bat Rider. Oh yeah, we haven't. Let's look at the draft. There you go. First pick Centaur from No Earthspirit, and yeah, there you have it. So no big surprise there. Second pick Sand King. The dream is real.
The Blink Brothers, dude.
The Blink Brothers. Yes, indeed. Now, odds. Would you care to take a guess? Rares were lost in the last game. Liquid were heavy favorites, and I've cheated. I've already looked at the numbers.
77-23, 75-25.
75-25 is exactly it.
Right
actually.
about there.
Yeah. So that's what the teams are thinking, but Rares may be lost again, folks. Liquid is not a team that I would want to be betting on right now.
There would be a team that I'm willing to bet against.
A bet against, yeah. This is an opportunity for Rares. Man, I wish I had bet on this game.
You know, Liquid, they need a win.
they do need a win.
They really need a win. Liquid has been in a slump for so long, but it's crunch time now. This is getting to the latter half of the qualifiers for Summit, and if they don't win this game, they might not even
might not make it to the playoffs.
It's a bad precedent.
Wait, what's their record right now?
1-2.
1-2. Yeah, they're 1-2. 1-3 that's a rough way to get things started.
That's no Earthspirit land.
Yeah, and they still have hard matches to play, don't they? No. Who did Liquid play already?
They lost to EG and NAR, but they still have to play Revenge. They have to play CMB. They have to play Sneaky Nick Assassin, so it's not easy.
I feel like none of these teams are just easy, like Liquid should be able to take this no problem. I feel like all of them are kind of Liquid could have a run for their money. It's a little bit tricky, but next band's coming out, Lycan and DK. Now this is fascinating here, Merlini. Lycan, he makes it into third ban.
People forget about him just because he hasn't had a big impact lately.
Is he still good?
He's good on Dire.
Good on Dire only.
I think he's still good. It's just the strategy has shifted a lot.
What are the Chinese teams doing? Are they still running a lot of Lycan?
I don't know. I haven't been casting too much Asia. We've been casting a lot of
I've been sleeping during all the Chinese dodo.
NA.
Roland's scratching his beard like he might know something. He can't recall. Well, that was a bummer. So, still pretty open-ended with these drafts here. I like the No Earthspirit opening a little bit better. We've talked about Bat Rider versus Centaur quite a bit. Bat Rider, I think he really is kind of a shadow of his former self. That nerf in the last patch, upping the mana cost on Lasso, I don't think it was that big of a nerf. I think Centaur is he's just a little bit stronger. He gives your team more utility with his global presence. He's easier to execute. He's not easier to farm with. Bat Rider still has the farming edge with all that sticky napalm and fire in the jungle, but I think Centaur has an easier time in lane, and he even scales better. Return is a ridiculous ability, even in the late game. The double heart build, oh man.
What about other than those two, though?
Other than those two, who are the other big offlaners? I think Darkseer's up there.
I think it's just a lot of the other picks, like Shadow Demon rising in popularity, Sand King rising in popularity. These two are pretty good versus Bat Rider. They're very good counter initiate, and it's just the game has changed a lot in the last week, 2 weeks even.
Yes, it really has. Actually,
it's no longer just about like getting that one pick off in a team fight because there's a lot of damage flying around, especially like even heroes like Tidehunter, very good versus Bat Rider, and it's just he can't get away with what he used to be able to do before.
Yeah, and also, did you say Shadow Demon?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I thought so. Yeah. He's just it's that combination of not only is Shadow Demon good against Bat Rider, but you can pick up a Shadow Demon even first pick and just sort of say, well, good luck, play the Bat Rider if you want, and if you don't, then Shadow Demon's still a damn good pick. And ooh, Shadow Shaman gets picked up by Liquid. Now, Shadow Shaman, he is similar to Lycan, in my opinion, in terms of he's much better on the Dire side for that Roche advantage. And here he is on the Radiant. Still okay. I mean, he has a really good support, giving pushing power, giving some early gank potential, some lockdown, but he's one of those supports that can fall behind very quickly and can become a very low impact hero because he's slow and he's not particularly tanky.
He is slow.
Slow poke.
No one likes slow heroes. Except Crystal Maiden, Shadow Shaman, and Invoker.
Yeah, I was going to say, some people like some slow heroes.
Everyone likes slow
I
heroes.
like the fast heroes. I like to go fast.
They'd be so imbalanced if they were
Sometimes
fast.
I get a Yule Scepter just because I like to cruise around.
You could be Aoi 2000, get 3 Yule Scepters and cruise around.
just cruising around.
Dude, they stack.
522,
Women's
straight up.
ownage.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Oh, that Wraith King.
The one true king that matters.
Dude, we've seen Wraith King support just obliterate Bat Riders. Because Bat Riders in this huge conundrum. It's like, hey, it's kind of somewhat like playing against a Shadow Demon, but it's a little bit different because Wraith King supports, they get blink. Even some carry Wraith Kings get blink, and they'll just straight up just walk right into the fire, blink right into the Firefly, and just straight up stun Bat Riders. Like, you better grip me or I'm going to just own you. And he can't move.
Yeah, the stun mixed with the slow makes it pretty potent. If he grabs one of his friends, Wraith King just stuns him up, and then Bat Rider, even if he gets him in the lasso, well, you're still moving pretty slow. And also the Vampiric Aura, I think, is the best part about Wraith. Maybe not the best part, but one thing that is often overlooked. Like Wraith Fire Blast, everybody knows how ridiculous it is. It's like Slardar's stun on crack. But the Vampiric Aura, man.
Vampiric Aura is really good. Mortal Strike also got buffed.
Did it?
Is it called Mortal Strike? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mortal Strike.
Mortal Strike got buffed. It was 125, 175, 225, 275. Now it's plus 25% at all levels.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was the anti-value point at level 1. You only
Yes.
get 25%
Oh, yeah,
chance. Or 25% damage increase as opposed to almost every other crit, which is really good at level 1.
Yeah, I remember that level 1 crit. You really just the first
like,
point was awful.
Crit for 73.
Yeah.
I was like, did that even warrant a red number?
Yeah. Yeah, Wraith King.
Like, warning, Wraith King hits like a wet noodle.
Give him a special crit color because he is green, so I guess it would have worked. But Shadow Fiend, ooh, Liquid. You know, I have not seen a team do Shadow Fiend, Shadow Shaman, and Shadow Demon all in the same lineup. I really want to see that. Team Shadow could be okay. They're all good
Spectre's
heroes.
kind of like a Shadow too.
Yeah, those
They need one more though.
3 plus Spectre. Yeah, I don't know who the last would be. I don't know who the offlaner is.
Who's a Shadow?
I don't know.
Clinks? No.
What does he have to do
He
with
has Wind
shadows?
Walk. He like goes into the shadows.
Yes.
I'm hard pressed for number 5.
Yeah, I mean there isn't really another good shadow hero.
PA? She
PA?
fades into the darkness.
Yeah, she moves into the shadows. Dazzle, he's from the Shadow Realm. Oh yeah, the Shadow Priest. Duh.
Shadow Priest, but is he really shadowy though?
He still has Shadow in his name.
He has Shadow in his name. I guess Shadow
That
Shaman
counts.
also has Shadow in his name. Like Shadow Fiend actually has shadows.
Yeah,
and
well,
Requiem of Souls.
that's why he's your mid hero because he's like the centerpiece of your team.
Shadow Demon is also legit Shadow.
Yeah,
The other ones are like fake Shadow.
yeah, your team would be kind of weak. It would be. Well, I guess you'd have a lot of carry power. It would be okay.
Like hipster
Dude,
shadows.
we should do that. The hipster lineup. All the Shadow heroes plus Spectre.
So the last hero will be Relic's hero, I believe, for the mid lane, and he usually plays tempo controllers. I would say like Queen of Pain, Puck,
Like a Storm
Spirit.
Spirit. Yeah.
Those are his things. Shadow Fiend, actually, his icons of Shadow Fiend.
Oh yeah, it is.
You can look at his profile. Let's look at his profile. I don't have it.
Are
I'll
you,
check it out.
Are you
again.
friends with Relic?
No.
Jeez, dude, you're slacking on your friends. Your friends, every day you're boasting about how, we'll figure out who this is through deductive reasoning because I have them all on my friends list.
I only have.
You don't play with Relic?
I only have TC, Boba, and Demon on my friends list.
You should make friends with the half-fried egg roll.
Half right head roll, so they can just play offlane scent every game
Yeah.
and just destroy people.
Dude, easy MMR.
Easy.
The half-fried egg roll.
So what exactly does Shadow Shaman say when he shackles people?
Hiya, hiya, something like that.
Just every time he does it, you say the sound, and I'm just like, wait, what did he just say?
I mean, I've never tried to type it out phonetically, but something close to that.
So it will be the Puck last.
Yeah,
That's
nice tempo controller.
It's a classic Relic hero.
Yep. pretty solid. Did they change Puck's little animation? He's like sprinkling dust all over. Look, he's like.
I don't think so. He's fairy dragon. Could be fairy.
Yeah,
Fairy
I just
dust.
never noticed the fairy dust coming out of him before. I guess I haven't been looking close enough.
Jeez.
What will Team Liquid get here? I think it will be Shadow Fiend mid. They need a carry.
It could be Mirana carry.
Spectre? No, Mirana was.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Slardar.
Slardar Slar? Well, I guess Slardar fits with the Shadow Fiend. You've got your minus armors there.
I
your
don't
Dark
know.
Lords,
You don't want to
but-
really be in melee range against this lineup. Like, Centaur gonna destroy you melee. Sand King gonna destroy you for a melee. Disruptor, plenty of things to kite melee. Wraith King, you don't always want to man up. You don't really want to man up on him often. And Puck's like difficult too. So I don't know. Melee lineup it's gonna make things tough. It is the only melee in their lineup though, so it does give them a lot of minus armor to deal with these very, very fluffy strength heroes.
Well, it's a TC Slardar, so we'll see how he farms up. Does memory serve me here? Does TC like to go Vanguard on his Slardar?
Probably yes.
I think he does, and
Gross.
we'll
Kill
see.
me now.
I don't want to prejudge it, but
I'm gonna prejudge
I
it.
hope he doesn't get Vanguard. I'm not going to assume he's going to get Vanguard. I
They
can't
have
remember.
so much magic damage on their team. I think he needs HP, but that's when you get drums, drums, or
There's no
blink.
need to guard the Vans. It's just no good. The Vans are fine by themselves. Let's introduce some rosters here. Though on our Radiant side, we do have Team Liquid. TC going to be on the Slardar. Way 2 on the Mirana. Pegasus, that's Jimmy. Demon.
There's double smokes on Liquid. One on Pegasus and one on Way 2, so they would really want to gank.
Yeah, they sure do.
But it's difficult to gank a Puck, man.
Koikva will be mid, playing on the Shadow Fiend and in the off lane. That means Bulba. He's on the Bat Rider. And on the Dire side,
We have Bricks on the Wraith King, already skilled at Wraithfire Blast at level 1. We have Knave on the Disruptor. Mid, we have Relic, who was not present yesterday. Bottom lane, we have Half-Fried Eggroll. Every game I've seen him, he's been on the Centaur War Chief, on the Sand King with Boots first, in the off lane, perhaps babysitting Half-Fried Eggroll. And, you know, I was playing with some Europeans, and when Centaur was really popular, they used to call him Kentar.
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 That's cute. Every time I see half-fried egg roll, I think of that movie Bring It On, and then there's that one little cheer that one of the teams did. How funky is your chicken? How loose is your goose? I'm not sure why, but something about goose, and it's just such a weird name. I can't wrap my head around it.
Knave with the DD in mid, trying to zone out Koikva. This is Shadow Fiend's weak point. Levels 1 through 4, I'd say. And
They'll stun out on the way to get things started.
Jeez.
The Sand King hiding in the trees. HY. Almost successful. Way 2 hops away with 3 hit points to spare. Now they'll try to turn it around on the
That's
Goody.
a value branch.
Centaur. Yeah, he'll keep his buddy alive. Almost a first blood. Literally down to 2 hit points there on the Mirana.
That's a value branch if I've seen one.
Jesus, that was such a close call. But he will still be zoned out. He's going to have to chew through all of his tangos here. So still a good start. Could have been a little better for Ben Earthspirit, but Liquid, man, they just can't catch a break.
They really can't. And I mean, you don't expect the Sand King to be in the off lane. Right there,
not
right
really.
then and there. And looks like
Oh, Bricks could be in a little trouble, but in comes Disruptor. He's got the Thunder Strike there. And now Bulba taking pretty hefty damage. Will get harassed back by Evan, a.k.a. Knave. And again, it looks like everyone will survive. Bulba with just about 70 hit points to spare. Makes it back to safety.
so many stacks. Now he has the Magic 6, so he should be all good in the hood. In the mid lane, how's Koikva doing from CS? 4-1 on him, 9-2 from Relic. So Relic kind of off to the races, but this is what you expect with the DD Disruptor harassing you in the mid lane.
Yeah, also just Puck versus Shadow Fiend. Early stages, Puck has a pretty big edge in last hit damage. The more last hit Shadow Fiend gets, the more tilted he gets, and eventually he'll be able to just dominate the lane. Shadow Raze is coming in handy as well to grab that second point at level 3 to assist in killing said creeps. Hastrune on the egg roll, and where is he headed with it?
Goody. Going for a kill on Bat Rider.
And Firefly is up. I think Bulba will be okay here, unless Goody. Oh, the stun around the corner. Thunderstrike comes out. They might have the damage for this.
That tree. That was a value tango, too. Jeez.
Yeah, Goody makes it happen.
Makes it happen indeed. And again,
Oh, the courier. It's the little bunny cottontail, bottle, and boots. They get delivered, so could have been a little more crippling onto the Shadow Fiend, but still big plays from the Centaur using that haste rune and secures a courier kill.
half right egg roll, man. He's doing work.
Dude, they're going to have to promote him soon. Just fried egg roll. Forget about that half crap.
He could be egg rolls.
Yeah.
He could be 2 half-right egg rolls, and then there'll be 1 egg roll.
Just add an S at the end. That's his upgrade. You now have the power of multiple egg rolls, Mr. Centaur. Well, the one good thing that's come about all this for Liquid is TC has had a lot of space to farm. He's still not the last hit leader, 14-7, but he is number 2, and he is picking up a lot of early last hits. Has himself boots of speed, 550 in savings, and still hasn't really chosen an item path yet, but that's okay. He's got some space. Centaur will make his way back to the bottom lane. He did miss out on a fair bit of experience and potential farming, but worth it to grab the courier, getting that bonus gold for the rest of the team.
And they were creep pulling anyways. It's pretty difficult for him to contest. They have such long disables with Shadow Shaman Shackle and Arrow coming out from Ronin. And there's a smoke immediately from these 2 supports looking for a kill.
Dude,
Sand King is
already...
Yeah, there's...
It's already smoked.
There's a big stack. Man, if Sand King could jack this, I'm sure he'd be living the life. But Koikva...
Oh, there's the Bro Strike from behind. Silence from Relic, and Orb to finish him off. Long range arrow comes in.
Wow, so they waste the smoke. SF dies. They were just a little bit too late. Sand King with the plays. Dude, Goody's been playing like an absolute monster. Yeah. And these 2 heroes are in no man's land.
Now the egg roll's coming in, and he's got a hoof stomp. No double edge here, so they'll need follow if they want to secure some kills. Demon will go through the river towards the bottom lane, but Puck's coming from the mid. Way too's here. Puck does not have Dream Coil yet, so this won't be easy. And, dude, this is just...
This is terrible.
Liquid can't find anything. Nothing is going their way. Still Slardar free farming is the only thing that's good.
For Le Bulba?
Okay, they have some Bulba stacks. That is something else. And Bulba has cleared out the 1 big in here. But, okay, he's well on his way to a decent blink. 1,000 gold in the bank.
Dude, are a lot of rares going to be lost again? Holy crap.
Starting to feel like it. Now that Bulba has moved out into the jungle, this top tier 1 is taking pretty hefty pressure.
Goody's a playmaker, though. Almost sets up first blood on bottom, gets the first blood on Batrider in mid, and then kills the Shadow Fiend.
Yep.
So he's been just doing everything for Ban Earth's early game right now. And it's not like their other lanes are going poorly, too, because he has been rotating. He hasn't been needed on top lane. Batrider has been relegated to jungle duty. Centaur's level 4 on bottom, which is not that bad against this very long disabling tri-lane. But as you said, TC, we went Treads first. I think he could have gotten away with saving up for whatever he wanted to. Midas, Blink, preferably, or...
Still better than Vanguard.
Still better than Vanguard.
Yeah, Treads first is not too bad. You have to get Treads eventually. You can go Brown Boots straight into Blink, and even though you won't be able to set up too many kills with that Blink because you're super squishy, maybe you can get 1 or 2 here and there. It's more just you have that big item. You no longer have to worry about pulling up that gold, and if you hop in and make a 1-for-1 trade, maybe you don't get a lot of experience or gold out of it. You still have that big item. You don't have to worry as much about dying.
There's a quad stack here, too, so Disruptor's been making a lot of plays stacking in the jungle for good old Goody, and he's going to have look at his gold right now. It's 5 minutes in, and he has 1,700 gold.
He'll have a Blink Dagger faster than Bulba.
That's scary, dude.
That's really scary.
It's your support / roaming Sand King.
Yeah, and that's the key facet here. Bulba was in the off lane, so he's had some room to farm in the lane, and now he's moved into the jungle. That's higher farm priority, position 3 over position 4, and the position 4 will have a faster blink. This is the power of the Sand King right here, and Goody, he's playing it right.
He is. He knows what's up with Sand King.
He knows what's good. Magic Wand coming out for the one true king. This is actually the double king team. I like this. Handamitis recipe picked up by the Wraith King, and he will be going the hard farming position 1 Wraith King.
Do you call Wraith King WK or SK?
I usually call him SK. I call him Skeleton King at least half the time.
Could you call him Leoric?
Leoric. I call him Leoric every so often, yeah.
King Leoric.
King Leoric. Partially because I remember the Diablo 1 days, man. I remember killing King Leoric for the first time. That guy was badass.
Dude, when's Liquid going to get a kill?
I don't know. That's a good question.
And since they have so many heroes that utilize the jungle, actually just 2, Batrider and Shadow Fiend, they can't really stack that efficiently because Batrider has to share the jungle. It's not always ideal for him, so it's going to be an even later blink than the 8-minute, I think, ideal blink timing window for your off-lane Batrider. And as you said, Sand King's going to have his blink a little bit faster. He does have a double stack, so after he clears his camp, that's his GG blink.
Yep, GG indeed. Yeah, only 150 gold to go. There's your Handamitis out on the one true king. And, I mean, already Ben Earthspirit have about a 2,200 gold lead. Experience graph is zeroed out, but they've got a decent lead already, and they have the farming tools. They have the one Midas. They have the Sand King in the jungle. What does the Radiant have? No farming tools quite yet. Shadow Fiend, 1,600 gold. Hard to say what Quick was going to invest into. He could go for a Midas, or could go straight for BKB, could grab a Blink. A couple of options here for Shadow Fiend.
They're trying to gank mid, though. If he gets hit by an arrow, he's going to die. He does have an uphill ward, though, so he should feel pretty darn safe. And it's just so stinking hard to gank a puck when you don't have any blinks. And let's see, Blink Dagger status on Batrider, 400 gold until then. Stardar, he is halfway there if he is going for that item next. I hear Initiation. Oh, he whips the orb. That's a lost kill.
Yep, sure is. And now Puck.
He's in
kind of in no man's land. Relic will just TP out straight away.
GG. Well, that's that lasso mana cost coming into play right there. If it were on 150, he'd be having it.
Yep. Yeah, that makes this build that Batrider likes to do, Tranquil straight into the Blink while he's farming around in the jungle. You have to be a little more careful because Lasso is about half your mana pool. So it definitely does come into play. It's not a totally useless nerf, but does slow down Batrider's early aggression. Goody, oh, he's smoked up. And he did go that 3rd point in Burrow Strike at level 5, so he does want to be a little more aggressive.
Oh, Bulba.
He may find old Bulber.
Bulber. They're clicking on Koikva. I don't know. This is a tough gank. Way2's just sitting right there.
Yeah, I don't think if he had Epicenter and Vision on the high ground,
or
if
they had Coil,
he could do it. But oh, he'll go straight in onto Koikva. This time the orb connects. There's your Waning Rift. Arrow flies in, does hit Relic. He'll take a few tower shots here. Goody trying to keep his buddy alive, but not much he can do. There's your Panic Puck, but he's got an invisibility rune, so only so much panicking will survive.
You could potentially kill Way2 if Way2 stays a little bit too close because Way2 only has like 400 HP.
Yeah, dude, he's weak. He has 1 branch and Brown Boots. That's it.
So I ask again, when is Liquid going to be able to get a kill this game? Koikwa's died twice. Look at his items. He may be doing a straight Blink Rush, but Blink Rush versus a hero like Sand King and Centaur who can just blink right back on you, I don't know about that.
Yeah, and TC, he has 1,800 gold, so he'll be grabbing his Blink before too long. Koikwa once again in the mid.
Goodness.
Wow, Goody even burns the Epicenter for it. They didn't need it, but they get it.
You know, I think a really big problem for Liquid this game and last game is their supports just haven't done anything. Like last game, Sand King didn't get a fast Blink, was trying to move around, didn't protect Spectre, didn't secure mid for them, and meanwhile, you look at Goody, he's just a one-man wrecking crew.
Yeah, he really is. And Liquid even played Sand King in the last game. Didn't they? Yeah, I think they did. They first picked it. I remember now.
So, is Glyph going to come out? I don't know.
Oh, Relic, he gets caught by the lasso, right into an arrow. Now they'll find their first kill onto the Fairy Dragon. A good setup, but... no. Puck trades his life to keep the tower safe.
Oh, this tower's dead.
Deny. Nope, they won't find it.
So TC has his Blink Dagger now, too. Is he going to buy a Blink?
Or is it a Vanguard? Nope, it's the Blink. I like this.
Ooh, and the smoke. The fake back. Goody is probably donezo.
Yeah, Sand King. He's stutter stepping around. He'll move around the tree line. This may reveal their smoke. No, they're in retreat
mode. They see
mode.
Evan.
Uh-oh. Evan turns around, and he'll just be the sacrificial lamb. Goody says, yeah, sorry, bro. Not much I can do there. And he just walks back to safety.
Centaur's actually pretty poor.
Yeah, Centaur was the kind of sacrificial lamb here, but he'll come forward. There's the ultimate, and yeah, well, Goody takes the arrow, double edge, hoof stomp enough to finish off the kill. Now Puck comes forward, double coil, that secures the kill onto Way2, and now Bulba trying to head for the hills, will be able to Firefly into the trees, and he survives. Still, Ban Earthspirit, they come out with the better of the exchange, and Centaur gets some much-needed recovery.
Why was he trying to TP out right there? It will be a catch-up Midas from Shadow Fiend. I like this a lot more than the Blink Rush. I think he needs like Midas BKB before he can start doing stuff in team fights. And even then, I don't know. It's not going to be an easy life for Koikva. Doesn't really have any stacks to work with because his supports are busy trying to get some kills around the map. Slara with a Blink on bottom, looking for somebody. Half-right egg roll. He has no home right now.
Yeah, he really doesn't. And like we mentioned, he rotated mid. He finished off that courier. So he helped Puck win the mid lane more handily over Shadow Fiend at the cost of his own Blink Dagger. So, well,
but he hasn't died.
Yeah, Sand King kind of made up for it as well. He's 1-0-0, 20 CS. He'll recover. He's a Centaur.
We haven't seen Bricks all game. But he is actually not that high in terms of CS. Usually you expect like the 80-90 mark around 12 minutes with uncontested free farm. He did end up destroying the tower. Oh, there's a disconnect. Oh, that's the LGD.
Yeah.
But we're talking about like a triple Blink Dagger threat.
Smoke down bottom, almost a Burrow Strike onto Way2, but he'll leap into the trees just in the nick of time. And they would have had more than enough to secure that kill, I think. Puck does not have Dream Coil up for another 5. And we'll see how they want to handle this. Relic and Goody will just back out, I think. Yep. Rasta wards come down in the mid, do a little bit of damage to this tower, but Evan will just clean him up. At the cost of his own hit points, but still does get a little bit of bonus gold going his way. Rotation from these supports back towards the mid. Well, Puck and Sand King. Oh, the blink from TC. He hops right onto Goody, throws out that amplified damage. And will it be enough for the kill? Yeah, it sure will. But they set it up onto the Shadow Shaman, make it a 1-for-1. Relic throws out the Dream Coil, glimpse back. And I think Relic's in some big trouble here, Merlini. He orbs up and will get finished off by the Shadow Rays. Wow, well played by Koikba.
Even if he phased that and
yeah, TC was ready with the blink to hop up, as we saw. So, good work. That's a 1 for 2 in the mid lane, and Liquid, they get a little momentum.
Nice. It's all about these wards. Tower. If they didn't have these wards here, they wouldn't have been able to get those kills.
Yep. And tower falls. That does put the tower edge now in favor of Liquid. That makes it 2-1 in total tower count.
I wonder what build Bricks is going to go for.
Oh, they'll go into Koikba there. Stampede forward, double-edge hoof stomp. And they don't have the damage to finish him off. Moonlight Shadow flies, and they don't have the detection.
Oh, buddy. That would have been a big kill.
Yeah.
They need to kill Koikba more, though. He's falling a little bit behind. Oh, they see a smoke. They know. They can bait someone out, though, with Epi. Centaur, that's your job, buddy.
Yeah, he's already burned his Stampede, so needs to be a little careful. Rowan comes in now. Dream Coil down for another 20 seconds. Blink forward from TC. There's the lasso from Bulba. More than enough to finish off Puck. Goody just trying to channel the epicenter. Gets it off. Does a lot of damage. Finishes off way 2. That's a 1 for 1. And now ban Earthspirit. They'll continue to press forward. The one true king. He wants to join the battle here. Still doesn't have too many items to his name because he went for that Midas. But Blink Dagger is now up on the Centaur. Burrow Strike on the Demon. Will the follow-up be here? Centaur coming forward. The Blink hasn't been delivered yet. There we go. He's got it now. Ward Trap onto Goody. That secures that kill, but Demon will probably pay with his life. Throws out the Hex, Wraithfire Blast, and easy kill.
Not worth the wards, too. He's going to leave them all for Bricks to farm up.
Yeah. Not only did they get the gold, but now they'll be on cooldown, so they won't be able to push.
A little unfortunate. They just smoked right under the Observer wards, too. So, not the best smoke from them, and they paid with way 2's life, but still not the worst exchange. They did get Relic. I'm surprised Relic didn't actually see that coming, because they smoked up. They were all heading over here, and his team pinged it out. So, questionable plays.
Yep. Yeah, Puck has taken a couple of unfortunate deaths, and now actually the Shadow Fiend is up on him in net worth by just about 300 or so. So it could be a little bit worse, certainly could be a lot better. The Wraith King still topping the net worth chart, has now picked up his armlet to follow his Hand of Midas. Still no positioning tool, but I imagine a blink will be coming before too long on the Wraith King.
I don't know if he's going to get a blink. I think if he was going to get a blink, he was going to get it right now.
You don't think a blink? I still think he needs some kind
I think he needs it, but I don't think he's going to get it.
Okay. I mean, it could be a Force Staff instead, but he needs some way to get into the fight. That is just a necessity on Wraith King. There are 5 Blink Daggers out already in this game, though, which is a little ridiculous.
Blink OP?
Yeah, just a blink kind of game. Both teams do have a lot of heroes that utilize that item quite well. But ban Earthspirit, they do have the blink advantage, and they have just so much initiation upon counter initiation.
Bricks?
Yeah, Liquid will group up about the top lane. Ward's
they don't want to kill him. Any other hero, they just
20.
immediately go on him.
Bricks, yeah, he'll get lassoed here. And that actually burns their big cooldown, and he'll just go straight onto TC. Great armlet toggling. Takes the Slardar low. Now that Egg Roll comes in. Shadow Fiend with a big ultimate. They will actually be able to finish off Bricks, but in comes the rest of the team, and they'll clean it up. Shadow Fiend will not survive this, I don't think. It'll end up being a 2 for 3 going the way of ban Earthspirit, and it may even be more. Can they catch way 2 before he TPs out? No, they don't have the stun. Burrow Strike just now coming up. And there you go. 3 for 3 exchange.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Potom almost died there too. So I don't know. Ban Earth, they used a really long cooldown on Wraith King, but at the same time, 2 really important liquid heroes died. Shadow Fiend and Slardar.
Yeah, but he's level 11, so it's not that level 1 ultimate, which would have been really bad. 160 seconds. That's okay for this stage in the game. It's pretty good.
But Liquid's gonna have double BKB soon on Shadow Fiend and on Slardar. So once that happens, Banart doesn't really have anything unless it's a super fat Wraith King. But he's not super fat. He's just kind of in the decently farmed territory.
Yeah, the BKBs will help for sure, and it was also a nice Requiem of Souls coming out from Koikba in that last fight. Was basically how they finished off the Wraith King so easily after he popped back up from that reincarnation. So everyone will just go back to farming. I didn't see too many other core items get picked up following that exchange, except Puck. He grabbed the ultimate orb, so working on his Scythe-ifies.
You know, if they didn't hesitate, I don't know how badly that would have gone for Liquid. Like, they could initiate like right here, drag them over here. Instead, the fight was taking place like really close to the Sentry Ward, so they were like all right on top of him. That bought a lot of time for Banner to TP, maybe like a good 2 seconds, which is a fair amount of time when you have 3 or 4 heroes TPing in. So that hesitation may have cost them the fight, or cost them a win in the fight.
Yeah. You can understand the hesitation. You really don't want to go for Wraith King if you don't have to, but there they probably could have done it easier. Now, this time they'll grab him. Bulba lassos him, but he gets glimpsed way back. Still enough to secure the kill on the Wraith King. Follow-up coming through. Stampede from the Centaur. 2-man coil. It's enough to finish off TC, and now they'll get Demon as well. It's 3 for 1. They get the Mirana.
Totally worth it for Wraith King's life.
Absolutely. Especially since they got TC as well. They got the 2 supports, but getting the Slardar is huge. Yeah, he does not recover as well as the Wraith King either.
Kind of in no man's land. He needs more backup. He knows that someone's around him, or else he would blink. He wouldn't push up that far.
Yeah, Batrider's nearby, inbound, but he doesn't have a lasso available.
That's
so
good awareness from Half-Right Eggroll, though.
Yeah.
Because normally Shadow Fiends would immediately back off as they see anyone TP in if he's alone. But not getting caught out there. That would have been an easy kill, I think, for him. Just rake him on top of lasso and GG Centaur.
Yeah, great glimpse on the Batrider, though, coming out from this Disruptor. Helped set that fight up and make it possible. Big plays from Evan. And now Earthspirit, maybe they'll just try and pressure some towers here.
They need to get a mid tower, I'd say,
yeah,
at the very least.
They lost that tier 2 mid, so it's more about access points as well. They may want to move into the Roche pit, and with this tier 1 tower still standing, gives Liquid that easy to access tower to TP to and contest the pick quite easily.
Is Shadow Fiend actually going to die to good old Relic, though? I don't know about this.
He might have enough damage.
No, Disruptor's coming from behind.
Uh-oh. And no coil up for Relic for another 3 seconds, so they have to be a little patient here. We'll have to wait for Koikva to move into the Alpha Wolves if he chooses to. There's the coil. Moonlight Shadow comes out. Detection. They don't have any. They'll have to drop him quick. They've got the damage. Arrow connects onto Evan, though. Follow-up. Not inbound. They don't want to run through the Static Storm. Meanwhile, up top, Bulba could be in some trouble. Goody blinks forward, looking for the Burrow Strike, but can't find it. And Bulba moves into the trees. Rosta wards come down at the top tier 1 tower. I think Demon will secure this tower kill. It may get denied. Or can they clear up the way fast enough? Yeah, he'll actually switch to do damage to the heroes.
I don't know. There might be like an arrow coming out soon. Oh, no. Actually, they're all mid. Mid.
Oh, yep. There we go. Puck gets picked off. And, oh, that's it.
I don't know.
Evan
I think
on the
Nave's
run.
dead, too.
Well, throw out the Stampede. He will kinetic field, trying to juke. But, well, Slithering Crush off the mark, but it doesn't matter. He'll still take a fall.
This is why they need a mid tower down.
Yep.
Just so they can't retaliate with kills like that. And the blink on Star is just proving to be a huge pain in the butt for good old Puck. Puck Star, man. Not sure if Puck is going for Lincoln's or a Sheep. I would assume Scythe, but Lincoln's is pretty darn good versus Rasta, versus Batrider.
Well, Necrobook will be coming out for the Sand King. He's got 2 recipes sitting at home. And
Dang,
that's
a
mech out on the Centaur. Yeah, the blink just straight into pushing power. Also gives him a little bit of detection to deal with the Moonlight Shadow, which is quite helpful as well.
He hasn't bought the components yet.
Yeah, this is kind of odd. He just bought the 2 recipes.
Well, Necro 1 and 2 is pretty useless. I will give him that.
Yeah.
And they're more,
but
the
still,
recipes more expensive.
Even just having the items, like the stats, the extra. He doesn't have Arcane Boots, so
I agree.
having that Staff of Wizardry just helps his mana pool a bit.
Casual staff.
Yeah, casual staff. You know, it could be a 4 staff or something. Isn't really that revealing.
I don't even think even if they know he's building a Necro book,
yeah,
it wouldn't even matter. They're still going to build BKBs regardless.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So here they go with the 5-man, actually 4-man push mid. Goody is on top.
And this is a surprisingly even game. Goldgraph just about zeroed out, and Ban Earthspirit, they do have a small experience edge. Once they knock down this tower, though, that will level out the towers, and they will take a gold lead.
They need to let Wraith King have an impact in this game, because I kind of think it's Wraith King's fault for itemizing this way instead of a Blink Dagger, but he's been farming away, but he's still 0-2-2, and he's not that high in terms of net worth. He's kind of getting out-farmed by Shadow Fiend, who's died quite a few more times, Koikva. He has BKB.
Stampede forward. BKB comes on. Bulba joins the party. Requiem of Souls does a lot of damage to Goody, who can't juke it. And that will be a 1-0 to start things off, but around the backside, another fight may be breaking out. The egg roll taking some auto attacks. Nope, it's just Bulba. Just Demon. He drops the ultimate. That finishes off Evan. And
see, look at Wraith King. He's just getting kited all day, man.
Yeah, oh, he gets stuck in the shackle. Relic comes in, interrupts it. They will finish off the Shadow Shaman, but it cost them the Wraith King ultimate. A 1 for 2. And just far from ideal for Ban Earthspirit.
And at the same time, TC's pressuring bottom. He might get this T2 by his lonesome.
TP coming in. It is the Wraith King. That will quell his push. Still a lot of damage done on the tower and also had some space to farm. He now has his BKB as well. Up top. Oh, Centaur blinks out right as Bulba's about to hop on him. No lasso available. And Relic actually does have a Dream Coil here. Pump faking to deny the tower. Shadow Fiend gets the last hit. Sand King comes in, does get the Burrow Strike out onto Bulba. TC blinks forward as well. Earthspirit with a lot of low heroes, a 2-man coil, but it will cost Relic his life. He gets chopped down by the Slardar. They will wait for the coil to expire, and oh, the egg roll. He TP's out.
I think they could have just killed the Shadow Fiend or the Bat Rider. They were kind of like half committed. Oh, the Epi.
Goody.
Oh, that would have been big.
He totally whiffed it. He had no idea. He thought they were going to juke down, or pardon me, juke back, and they went down. He will fall. Meanwhile, Evan, yeah, he gets picked off by the Mirana here in the jungle.
They're just falling apart.
Things are crumbling, yeah.
I still think it's Wraith King. He hasn't done anything compared to TC. TC's done so much work on the Slaughter this game after acquiring his Blink Dagger. Just been killing a Relic a lot. It was a really important tempo controller. Just been initiating everywhere and split pushing in the meantime.
They're pinging out the egg roll. Jimmy hops forward, uses the Blink Hex to get things started, but just zoning him out, wants to secure space for this tower kill, and I think his plight will be successful. As, yep, Liquid, only one outer tower remaining for Ban Earthspirit, and it is very low already.
Scorley finally will swing in Liquid's favor, and they have the heavy minus armor. They can do Roshan if Ban Earth just loses a little bit of map control, and I mean, they've lost a lot in the past 5 or 6 minutes. They just haven't been able to control their jungle, haven't been able to control top rune, or top tower even, and it's just disaster all around.
Yeah, and now Shadow Fiend has not only his BKB, but another 4,000 gold to play around with. He's also level 16, and Koikba just has so much momentum here. Also level 11 on the Shadow Shaman, so that makes the wards that much more potent. He'll pick up another smoke. How's Bat Rider looking? Force F already out, and BKB just about to be on the way. Just needs a few more creeps to get the gold he needs for the recipe. Puck is close to a Scythe of Ice, though, so that is something for Ban Earthspirit. Wraith King, he went into Maelstrom, still no positioning tool.
The duo on top looking for a gank. They might get a double stun here.
Moonlight Shadow still proving quite potent. There's just no detection. Arrow. Oh, as they try and TP out, they'll get the kill on Relic. That hurts. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Koikba, he just wants this tower. He will click it down. It may cost him his life, but that's okay. Finishes off the last outer tower and does a lot of damage on his way out.
I don't know if that's worth it. Well, if they get, since they got Relic, it's worth it. Pegasus in no man's land.
Uh-oh. Wow, he's really playing with fire there. That was a little close for comfort.
I think he misses Blink. Anyways, Wraith King ultimate now up. Everyone's ultimate now up on Ban Earth, and they need to get Roshan. I think they should have done it a long time ago. They were playing a little bit too aggressively instead of taking out objectives on their own side of the map. They have the Wraith King after all.
Yeah, the one true king. Why not? He's starting to crit decently, hitting for about 600 on Roche when he gets those big numbers. Level 15. Roche will fall pretty quickly. I think Liquid can contest, even with the Shadow Fiend dead because Puck isn't here.
Goody in mid.
The question is, will they get here in time? Oh, there's your lasso onto the Sand King. Plenty of follow-up damage. They even turn him into a chicken. And now, this is a very risky proposition for Ban Earthspirit. Liquid will scout it out. Oh, no. Let's take a look at the Liquid vision. They know exactly what's going on. They hop right in. Bricks, he will fall. Glimpse was used onto Bulba, but he BKBs it. Long-range arrow. Doesn't hit anyone. Wraith King comes back up. Frost wards come down. They drop him like he's hot. And I think Bulba wants some vengeance onto Evan for all of those pesky glimpses that he's had to deal with, but won't be successful. Roshan falls. Liquid get it, and that's a Aegis in the inventory of Slardar. Meanwhile, Bat Rider, he does get that kill onto Disruptor after all. Puck phase shifts the arrow. Bat Rider goes down. Now the rest of Liquid coming in. TC connects with a stun onto the Centaur, pops the mech. There's your Stampede. They don't have enough mana, and they won't be able to pursue. Still, huge momentum for Liquid, contesting Roche, finishing it off, and getting a good hero exchange.
They have too many BKBs on the side of Liquid. They had to do devastating damage before they could farm all 3 of them. There's one on Bat Rider, one on Shadow Fiend, and one on Slardar, and they really don't have anything versus BKBs at this point in the game, and just allowing them to recover like that I think was a big mistake on Ban Earth's part, and not securing Roshan. They can just snap the Aegis and then force a lot of fights, with Wraith King having 3 lives, but as it stands right now, they have to put a really risky hero out in front to initiate. Usually Puck or Sand King. Centaur's mostly been sitting in the back and not dying, but Wraith King needs to be the one that's just up and just big and bad in the front lines, and he just hasn't really posed any threat to Liquid at all, even though he's supposedly the most farmed hero on Dire side.
Yep, that's been a big problem indeed. Mantis Style now up on the Shadow Fiend, just picked it up from the side shot. Mirana starting to turn into a bit of a carry as well, but Koikva, he needs to be careful here.
Looking for a couple of kills.
Yeah, they're coming in. They'll use the Scythe of Ice to start things off. Moonlight Shadow flies. Detection, still a problem. And he will just BKB TP home. Do they have any detection?
That was anticlimactic.
Well, they have dust on the Sand King. That's about it.
They have a lot of stuns, but not enough apparently.
He's still hanging on to those Necro recipes, yet to grab the Staff of Wizardry.
I don't know what Necro's books is really going to do here.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But Bulba, he grabs half-fried egg roll again. BK beats the glimpse. Evan just gets destroyed. And now the Centaur pops the ultimate, but it just doesn't matter. Mirana hits him with an arrow. They lose Pegasus, but now they'll go on to the Wraith King. He does not have an ultimate up from the last fight in the Roche Pit, and they will be able to bring him down. He's standing on fire. And will they actually be able to bring him down? The armlet toggling just too much. TC falls. That procs the Aegis. Where's the rest of the team? Bulba, he's pretty far back. And where will TC go from here? He'll just retreat. That was actually pretty darn good for Ban
Could have
Earthspirit.
been so much worse. Shadow Fiend just TP'd out, so I'm actually surprised Liquid took a fight.
Yeah, I thought Wraith King was dead for sure, but if Koikve had been there, it would have been much different.
So I'm still pretty scared for Ban Earth in the straight 5-on-5 matchups. They don't have the Aegis anymore, but Liquid, they just have so much physical damage output right now with a lot of minus armor from Slara, a lot of minus armor from Shadow Fiend, physical damage from both of those on top of the Observer Wards, and they've been getting good initiates with Moonlight Shadow because Ban Earth, for some reason, they just don't have that much protection. I think they need to pick a gem at this point, and yeah, OTC.
Up top, finds Relic, connects with the Slitherine Crush, and just brings him down. Oh, that damage.
See, this is the thing about Slara. He doesn't have that many damage items. He has, what, a few strength from BKB and Heaven's Halberd and a little bit of damage, but there's no, like, damage items. There's no Desolator. There's no AC. And he still just, like, kills Puck in a stun.
It's pretty ridiculous, especially once you get past that level 16 mark. Minus 20 armor is just crippling, especially on a low armor hero like Puck with only 9. It's just ridiculous.
He seems much better on this Slardar than a lot of the other carries I've seen TC play.
And Wraith King now has a Mjolnir, but I still think he needs a Blink or something. He just doesn't have the mobility.
It doesn't do that much.
The Blink or the Mjolnir?
The Mjolnir.
Yeah.
He should have gotten Blink, I think, before the Armlet. But
and
whatever.
Speaking of Mjolnirs,
it's too late. It's too late to change items now.
Now they've got one on Mirana, and this is part of the power of the support Mirana, because now Wei-Tu, he's starting to hit a little bit hard. Yeah, those chain lightnings will add up in these team fights.
Yeah, I don't really know where he found the farm, but
Towers. Roche, team fights.
Not dying.
Yeah, not dying. Liquid are just straight winning. He is 4-3-9, so he's died a few times, but not too much. So how will Liquid seal the deal here? They're just kind of pushing in the lanes, farming around the map. They're doing just fine for now, but breaking high ground is a whole nother beast. Luckily for them, they've got the Rasta to make things a little easier, but I still think taking a fight outside of the base is their golden ticket. Breaking high ground against the Sand King it's just tough.
As long as they can get their BKBs off before the huge initiation comes out, then they'll be okay. But Ban Earth, if coordinated properly, can team wipe Liquid.
Yeah, very true. BKB still have a good bit of duration. 8 seconds on the Slardar,
Shadow
8
coming
seconds
in.
on the Mirana.
Bricks.
They're going to get carried away as they find a kill on Bricks. He's now level 16, so his ultimate has that short cooldown, but can they find the initiation to make it happen? There you go. TC blinks forward, Slithering Crush, Hex, the Ether Shock, and he just gets destroyed. Nothing that he could do. Centaur, he ultimates forward. Bulba gets caught in the jungle. No lasso for you. Arrow flies, hits the egg roll. BKB gets off, absorbs all of the epicenter. They will try to pursue. They finish him off, but at what cost? Their Centaur's already gone down. BKB on Koikva just right-clicking down Goody. A nice Sandstorm will buy him a little bit of time, but won't be enough to save the rest of his team. Puck blinks out to safety, and Disruptor falls. Now Puck, that's your Panic Puck. Nowhere to go from here. And that's a 1 for 4.
That's close to game.
Yep.
If not game.
Goody barely survives, but what does he have left? No cooldowns. Puck and Centaur buy back, but both their ultimates are on cooldown. This will still be a difficult hold, even if they're alive. And Puck throws the orb. I think Liquid should just be beating on this tier 3 tower right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
They still have Rasta wards. Why are they not? What are they afraid of? Well,
just
Jimmy's not with them, but
just playing it safe.
Yeah.
There's no reason to force the issue right now. They have better late game, and Wraith King's useless, so they're not terribly worried about him getting more farmed.
And Shadow Shaman is very close to an Ag Scepter.
Dude, he got stun locked during 2 lives. He got, like, stunned by Slithering Guard, and then he got Hex, and then died. And then after that, he got stunned, shackled, and then Hex again, and then just died. So he almost did no damage. He had a Mjolnir on him, but that's about it.
Yeah. And that's relative to how much damage he'd be doing by swinging that sword. It is not a hell of a lot. He's working on a BKB, it looks like, with that Ogre Club, but not very close at all. Still good 2,500 away.
He's just been getting trucked, man.
Yeah, true story. True story. Double damage out on the Shadow Fiend now. He's picked up a Crystallis, so Daedalus will be his next item of choice. And Koikva, man, he is just getting scary. Level 21, lots of damage, and number 1 on net worth by a pretty big margin. Barnabas, what's he got? Oh, that's a Daedalus already picked up on the Shadow Fiend. Wow. I knew he was close, but I didn't realize he was that close. That is scary business. The big crits are coming.
They are indeed. They are indeed. They've been doing such a good job of recovery farm too. Like when SF was under farm, Slaughter just took the helm and just started ganking when everyone around the map, so that Shadow Fiend could have time to farm. Now that he's back in the game, they're just crushing everyone. Oh,
lasso onto Goody, but he gets glimpsed once again, and actually that glimpse might have been a gift because they were about to converge with 5 on the Bat Rider.
Yeah, he was hexed up too.
I'm not sure if Bubble was going to survive to tell the tale. He even used his Mask of Madness, so they would have killed him pretty quickly.
Easy bait.
Thank you, Disruptor.
I must say that the Disruptor has not been terribly impressive this game either.
He's had a couple of key glimpses, but yeah, other than that, I feel like games where you're on the back foot, Disruptor is harder to look really good with, because when you're aggressive and teams are running away from you, that's when you can get free kills with Glimpse. If you're the ones always running away, a little bit harder to use that Glimpse in the same fashion.
It's not terribly great versus Bat Rider. It's not instant like a swap is. So
yeah,
you have that.
It's just okay.
It's just okay.
And here we go. Bat Rider hops forward. BKB on, has lasso up in 1 second, but Disruptor's already fallen. He does get off the ultimate though, and that'll put TC in a bit of a sticky situation. Koikva coming forward. Requiem of Souls channeling. Does a fair bit of damage. He's got that double damage rune on, and he is going to right-click some people down. Goody comes in. Epicenter's already been used. Doesn't secure any kills with it though. Liquid with a lot of low health heroes. It doesn't matter. They will clean it up. Sand King, the only one left alive. They want him. There's the Hex from Pegasus. He does have Shackles available, but they won't go up to the high ground. Still, a 4-for-0 exchange. Liquid take a lot of damage, but Ban Earthspirit just can't finish anyone off.
And it will be a minute and 35, 40-ish second Roshan timer. And even Jimmy has like a ton of farm too. He has this Blink and a Scepter, which was...
with 1,500 gold.
It's pretty good considering how poor his early game was.
And he's now level 16, so... those Serpent Wards, there's a lot of them, and they are scary. Necrobook picked up by Goody, and he also does have a gem that it looks like he stole it from Bat Rider, actually. Not sure how he got that gem, but there's only 1 gem on the field, and now the Dire do have it, so that is, well, something small going in their favor.
If next Roshan goes Liquid's way, then Banearth is out of this. So they have to be able to contest Roshan or get a couple of pickoffs before then so they can do it on their own.
Yeah, they just don't have the damage to take a straight-up fight without it, and with the Aegis, it'll be scary. BKB has also now been picked up by Mirana. That's 4 BKBs out on the field, and Banearth just have nothing to deal with it. Sand King may have had a fast blink. He may have been getting off some good epicenters, but if half those targets are BKB'd up, it doesn't really do so much. Still 6 seconds left on the Shadow Fiend BKB, 6 on the Bat Rider, and 6 on the Slardar. So they still have okay BKB durations. Can definitely take another fight, and Roche has respawned.
Still looking at bricks. I'm sad that Wraith King has had such a low get back. I think it's like, I'm not really sure what went terribly wrong for them in the 10 and 20 minute phase of the game. And I don't know if a Blink Wraith King would have solved that. I think it was just a little bit of Disruptor not doing that much, Centaur not quite getting his Blink early enough, and no one really playing aggressively with the Sand King. Actually, Relic was, but they were cut out a couple of times by Division. I think they should have gotten a gem a lot earlier, and then they could have made Liquid play a lot more on the back foot. They got a couple of free kills with Moonlight Shadow. They got a couple of free kills because they had Vision of Banearth when Banearth didn't think they actually had Vision.
And they had a couple of freebies where they were able to pop Moonlight Shadow and just get away because they had no way to deal with it. Now, Liquid goes straight up the mid lane, and Banearth, they were smoked up looking to pick up a gank in the Radiant jungle. They are not in a position to defend, and they will lose their tier 3 tower before this fight even starts. Bat Rider, Goody, oh no, he gets caught outside of the base. He'll get shackled up. Centaur hops forward, a big hoof stomp doing some damage, but Goody will still fall, and now this defense gets a lot easier. Sand King does not have a buyback available. Tier 3 tower's already gone down. Bricks, he'll fall for the first time. There's your reincarnation. He slows him up, but to what avail? The egg roll comes forward. Beautiful rotation with the Disruptor. That'll be enough to finish off the Shadow Shaman, but wards have already come down. The damage has been done, and Banearth just get cleaned up. Puck tries to phase shift out. Will be enough to keep him alive, but he hops back to the well. TC blinks forward, looking for a kill onto Evan. Slithering Crush secures it. Bricks will buy back on that Wraith King. can maybe pick up a kill onto the Slardar, but no, Slar's just too tanky.
GG.
Just turns it around, drops the Trident all over that skeleton. And
too ugly. Oh, ooh. Yuck.
Too ugly for Ban Earthspirit. Puck may actually survive this little engage, but nope. Godlike TC on this Slardar.
He played very well this game.
Yeah, certainly did. He didn't go Ban. I like his item build. Blink into, like, face, power treads into Blink, into BKB, Halberd, then straight into Heart. Very well rounded. Really.
He was always up in Banor's face.
Yeah.
And if they focus him, Shadow Fiend would just clean up. And Batrider also got some really good initiations off, even through Glimpse. So they weren't able to play aggressively, and they were just constantly getting initiated on, even though they were the guys with 3 Blink Daggers like 15 minutes into the game.
Yeah. Sand King had such a good opener. He played it so aggressive, but
he played it so well early.
The BKBs just straight countered him. There's only so much weight the Sand King can put on his back and carry up the hill. He couldn't carry his team that hard. Last lane of racks will fall for Liquid, or in favor of Liquid, rather. And, yeah, Ban Earthspirit maybe looking for one last hurrah. Goody gets scouted out, still has the ultimate available, but BKB popped by Bulba. He grabs him in the lasso, and they want vengeance on this Sand King. He gets turned into a chicken, and that's what they're having for dinner. GG from Goody. And Liquid, they secure a much-needed win right here.
They really needed that. This is a nice pick-me-up after what happened last game.
Yeah. So Rare's not lost here.
Some Rares were lost.
A couple Rares were lost.
A couple of Rares.
Not the Rare massacre we saw after Game 1. It's a massacre. There's Rares everywhere. 40-22, and TC was involved in how many of those kills? Was
26.
10? Yeah, 26. That's pretty good. That's more than average for TC, I think. So he definitely stepped up his aggression.
I like when he
bit.
plays a lot more active roles.
Yeah.
I think his team fares a lot better because I view them as like a aggressive, like very aggressive team, not a hey sit back farm, let's crush you in 40 minutes. I mean they can play that way, but I think some of their like players, especially Demon and Boba, shine when they get a lot of kills.
Yep. Well, that's game 2 of 5 today. Liquid keeping themselves at least on the brink of making it to the top 4. That's all they need to worry about right now. Looking at what's coming up next, we will have Team E-Hug versus CNB as our next matchup, so we'll get to see even more E-Hug action. And after that, we'll have EG versus CNB. So, well, some interesting Dota coming up next, but Ban Earthspirit. Do we have standings coming up here, Roland, that we can take a peek at? No standings? Okay, well, we'll look at them as we come into the next game. But we'll have a quick little break here, guys. Just about 20-25 minutes till our next match gets underway. I'm Zyori, that's Merlini. Make sure you give us some love on Twitter, at ZyoriTV, at MerliniDota. And, of course, you are watching the Summit America, the group stages, powered by Twitch.